Hey y'all, it's me and I'm back with another video. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make a wig. Yeah, so I just got a text, sorry. So, so in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make a wig. So first I'm starting off by stretching the dome cap. I'm using a spandex dome cap. I usually like to use mesh, but there was some complications with that I'll try to explain when I have time to. So yeah, now I'm just putting the closure on and I'm lining it up with the front of the spandex dome cap. Now, I previously already used this closure because I had to remake this wig. So because I had to remake this wig, I already cut the lace off. But what I like to do is put the lace. So if you hear something in the background, it's because my brother being ignorant. But here I'm just showing you what it looks like after I put the closure on. I think I left off where I was saying how I like to put the lace like maybe an inch or two above the spandex dome cap. I'll show you in a later video when I actually have new hair. But first here, I threaded my needle. I'll show you how to do that in a later clip. And what I'm starting to do is I'm lining the corner of the closure with the end of the cap. And I'm just putting my needle through. Now, if you don't know how to sew, look it up. I don't know how to tell you how to sew. Just try to pay attention. I tie a knot. I sew it through. Oh, let me tell y'all. So since this is any cap that you use, most of them will have elastic bands. The elastic band is what you see me sewing the closure onto right now. The elastic band has more than one layer, which means the elastic band was what gives your wig stretch. So if you sew all the way through that elastic band, your wig will no longer have stretch, and it will be very, very tight on your head. I made this mistake before, hence why I'm remaking the wig. So listen to me when I tell you, only sew through the first layer of the wig. Of the elastic band. Now, when you get to the cap, it's only one layer, so you can sew as deep as you want. But with that elastic band around the edges, please do not sew past the first layer. And you're gonna know what's the first layer because it's stretchy. Like you're gonna know, and it's gonna be once you go past the first layer. People keep texting me. I'm sorry, y'all. Once you go past the first layer, it's going to be harder to push through. So, yeah. And I think right here, if we're on the same page, I got a knot and I got it out. And, yeah. So, I'm just taking the needle and thread up under the cap and through the end of the closure. Okay, so now what I'm about to do is I'm about to tie it off. What I like to do is I don't remember who I learned this from, but I like to do one side of the closure, tie it off at the end, and then do the other side and then bring it to the middle. This prevents the closure from being lopsided, because if you sew it all the way from one side to another, it's going to be lopsided. Trust me, I did it before. Don't make that mistake. That's not cute. We don't want that. So I'm just tying a knot in my closure. I don't really know how to tell you to tie a knot. Right here, I'm double knotting it, but I already tied 2 knots in it. So in total, I will have about 4 or 5 knots that make sure it won't come out. I don't really know how to show you how to tie a knot because I didn't show you. Tell you because I didn't show you right here. But yeah, so now I'm just showing you my stitching, and I'm showing you that I'm going to be taking it to the other end and to the middle and bringing it around. Okay, so now that we sewed the closure on, you're going to take your vitamin water or any type of flavored water and look at me in the corner. You thought I was going to pour my water on this nice cat. Oh, you dumb baby. So I'm using the pins that I put in earlier, as a guide to where I'm going to start sewing my track. Okay, so since this wig was for clients, I didn't want to cut the wefts. But what is a better way to do this is if you take the wig from the one end of the closure, take the hair on the perimeter, like how I have it now, but take it, instead of it being such a short way to go, you're going to take it from the perimeter of the closure to the other perimeter of the closure, and that's going to ensure that if the wind blows or anything, your hair will not come up. And I'm going to link that video below if I remember to what video I'm referring to, but yeah. So here I'm just showing you how to tie a knot. Pay close attention because I didn't show you before. I'm showing you how to thread the needle, and that's what. Yo, I don't know why I was having so many complications with this wig. Only because I was recording, and it's 9:58 and somebody tell me. Somebody tell. Oh, let's see. Perfect. Oh, and so when I tie the knot, it's usually a little piece. I like to cut that piece off to make sure that it doesn't show. So what I do is sew through for the first 2 stitches. I sew through the weft and through the first layer of the cap. Now what you don't want to do is sew through the weft for any other stitch except for your first 2 stitches and your fold over stitches. And I'm going to show you how to do fold over stitches in when I get there. But I sew through the weft and through the first layer of the cap. And what this does is ensures that the ends will not come off. Your ends are not going anywhere. But you don't want to sew through the weft all the way through. Sew through the weft for all your stitches, because what it's going to do is it's going to increase the shedding on your bundle. And oh my God, what's wrong with my voice? It's going to increase the shedding on your bundle, and you don't want that. It's just going to mess it up. So after my first 2 stitches that you saw me do, now I'm going to be sewing underneath the weft and through the first layer of the cap. If I get this camera focused, y'all had to just stay focused. Y'all had to stay focused. I was damn bad, you ain't noticed. And as you can see here, I was struggling to get it through that first layer because my needle kept going through more than the first layer. And so I wasn't going for none of that, shorty. Just know that I wasn't going for none of that. So, yeah. What I do on the ends is I go through the weft again, and I do the little knot that I did when I ended the closure. And I'm about to show you how I do the fold over method. So once I do the knot, when I get to the end of the track or the section or whatever, I fold it over. And I take the needle on the edge of the fold. I take the needle through the weft again and through the cap again. If it's on that elastic band, make sure it's on the first layer. And I do this twice. Every time I go through the weft, I always do it twice to make sure it's secure. But what this does by going through the weft and going through the cap when you fold it over is to make sure that it's flat, because it will not be flat otherwise, and you do not want your wig to be bulky, because that's not ever cute, sis. That's never cute. So get your life. Oh wait, I'm lying. This ain't the same part. So again, I think I'm showing you right here how I do the flip over method again. Each time I do the flip over method or flip, every time I flip my track, I take it a little bit farther than what it was the first time. Like this is where I told you I forgot I was recording. I finished the wig. I did everything I was supposed to. So now I made the wig different this time because I don't know. I don't usually do it this way. I usually do it like in a circular way, but this way it was more boxy, as you can see. So whatever. I'm just trying to fill in the empty spaces. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm trying to fill in the spaces with the track, and I'm just sewing the track on the regular way. So with the last track that's near the closure, what you have to do is go. So for this track, you will be going through the weft the whole way through. I know I told you don't do that because it's going to mess up the stitching and the bundle and all that. But for this one, you're going to go through the weft, through the cap, and through the end of the closure. And what this does is ensures that everything behind the closure is flat, tight, and secure. So you're going to go through the weft, under through the cap, and up through the under through the closure. And you're going to keep stitching until everything is complete. Now I finished the wig. I'm just taking all the pins out, and because I'm using my beat up Natalie head, I think that's her name, Natalie. No, it's Sally. Oh my Jesus! So I'm using Sally. She's old. I have a new one, but her name is Natalie. But I don't use that. I just use that for pictures. I use Natalie for sewing. So because Natalie is so old, the styrofoam gets inside, and because of the needle going through the styrofoam and stuff, the styrofoam gets inside the thing. So that's what you're seeing here. Now I'm just cutting that's the white stuff underneath the thing. What you just saw was me cut the dome cap from under the closure because you don't want that there. This is the wig finished. I think I saw a loose piece of thread or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm done with this video. If you guys want to know something else, leave the suggestion for the video down below, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.